out of the way so that way I don't keep getting comments. So first things first, you're gonna see my nails, and the reason why my nails are long on these two fingers versus the first two is I have nail patella, so therefore my fingernails don't grow on my first two fingers, which means that items that are flat are extremely difficult for me to pick up. I started growing my nails out like this because one day I was at work and I dropped my money. And since I worked at the university, one of the kids picked my money up and dropped it on the floor. So I said, "Get that." So that's the reason why my nails are long and they're dirty because I've been working on stuff. So just to let you know, so if it bothers you, that is the reason why my nails are long. But feel free to roast me because that's a long running joke on my channel. People roast me over my fingernails, which is okay. If I can't laugh at myself, I can't laugh at other people. But that's just one thing. So if you see it, it's okay. It's not a big deal. Now, going into what I want to talk about, it's the Eotechs, clones, how not to get scammed. Because apparently a lot of people can't spot fake ones from real ones. So I'm going to help you out. A lot of the videos that people make on the subject showing these different ones are just stupid videos. It's not going to do you any good if you're trying to purchase it. It's like you got videos of guys throwing their rifle around, dropping them. Just stupid stuff, I think. I mean, I've never dropped my rifle ever. So I'm not going to damage it, break it. Use stupid videos. And it's not going to help you from not getting scammed. And that's not what you want to do because these Eotechs are too expensive. And what I'm going to show you is a few examples of clones so that you won't get taken. So, first one I'm going to show you is the one that you're going to see a lot is this one. It has the Eotech badging, but it's easily spotted as a fake because it has this label on the side of it saying that it's for law enforcement only. Eotech doesn't do that anymore, right? So you won't ever see a Eotech, a newer one, with this. But if you look inside of it, it has the LED emitter like most of these red dots have. That lets you know that this is not a real Eotech. Okay. Second one is this one that I did. And I did work on this. This one's been modified. And let's see. Let's see. Okay, so this one is easily spotted as a Eotech clone. It's not a real one. If you hear some noise in the background, it's just my dog. He just goes everywhere that I go, so you just have to deal with it. But this one is not a real one. Obviously, you can tell. You can look at it, but I reinforced it. I made it so that it's waterproof to suit my needs, and this one holds zero. So here's the issue with some of the Eotechs clones. Some of them are pretty good. Now you can look at this one and tell that this is not a real one. But when you get to the Holy Warrior, it is a different. Hold on, okay, yeah, it's a different story. You couldn't tell that this is not a real EOTech unless you looked and saw that it had the LED emitter inside of it. But unlike most of the EOTech clones, this one has an infrared mode. So let's see, can I get it here where you can actually see it? It actually has a infrared LED in it. So you can actually use this one with night vision. The problem with the Holy Warrior is that, sorry, that's just my light fixed. Because for some reason I can't get my camera. This is correct. Whereas most of your EOTech clones have this type of, I'll show you. So most of them are like this. Even though this takes the CR123, but this is correct. This is what they look like. It also has a O-ring on it, and the bottom is right. It has the purge valve where you would put nitrogen gas in it. This one looks like a Eotech, but it's not. So the way you would normally spot most of the Eotechs is looking at it to make sure that you don't see this LED emitter on it. As you can see, a real Eotechs don't have that. The emitter is actually at the bottom. It's a laser. If you look inside of it, it will look a lot like an old CD pickup. That's what they kind of look like. If you ever looked at a real one and you look down at the very bottom, you can kind of squint and you can see the little laser emitter. It looks pretty much like a compact disc player like the ones they have. That's not exactly what it looks like, but just to kind of show you what you would be looking for, that's kind of what it is. But here's something else about this one. Like I said, it's very hard to spot because it does have a infrared mode. Okay, so you want to be careful with the Holy Warriors because you may get sold one as Eotech and it's not. There's nothing wrong with having the Holy Warriors just as long as that's what you know that that's what you're trying to get. This particular one that I got is just a $40 one. The problem with the Holy Warriors is, I believe, four different models. This is the cheapest one, and it looks identical to a real EOTech. Now, the $100 one is better, but it still has infrared emitter in it, like this one. They make a $400 one and an $800 one. Those have true holographics. They're not the same as an EOTech because they're not trying to replicate the holographic mechanism that Eotech uses. But it is a holographic one and it's kind of hard to spot. The price on it is high. That's why you would probably never come across one. It's, I believe, it's around $800 for the top of the line Holy Warrior, and then the mid level one is about $400. And the problem is, here in the States, you can go to Bass Pro. They got a sale right now for like 550. So why would you buy the Holy Warrior for $400 when you can buy the real one for 500? Where you wouldn't if you didn't know it. That's why you would likely purchase one. So if I was you, I wouldn't buy any of these unless I was buying one from a reputable gun store. And I do have a FFL. I am a firearms licensed dealer, but I wouldn't purchase any of these from anybody unless I knew exactly what I was purchasing and I can prove 100% I'm not getting scammed. Now, here's something else I wanted to show you. So, I've just been playing around with these little red dots and stuff to see if any of them were good. I bought this one. This one is a bad one. It looks pretty cool, but it's not real and it doesn't hold zero. You just shake it and it's bad quality. However, this Trijicon one, it's almost unrecognizable from the real one. If somebody sold you this or put this in a store, you wouldn't even know it. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if people went there, purchased these, replaced it, swapped it out. Like, say, for instance, oh, I want to return it. And you would never know that this is not the real one because it looks that close. Some people that really could know, I mean, really look at them and really knew how to really check it, probably could know. But for the average person, you wouldn't know. And that's the problem with these red dots. Stay away from eBay, Amazon, AliExpress. You're not going to get a deal on these unless you're trying to buy one. You say, you know what? I'm going to buy something to see if it will help me out or maybe I want to get into the sport. Maybe I want to see if I like a red dot, see how it actually operates, and then I go out and buy the real one. That's what you should do. But as far as thinking you're going to get a deal, you're not. I'll give you another example. So this is the one that my son bought for his pistol, and he was disappointed. The problem with this one, they do make a real one like this. If you go to Midway, they have the real one like this. It does hold zero. The problem was when he bought this one from Amazon, he paid the same price. So he actually paid the same price for the real one as he did for this one. But this is obviously as a cheap airsoft knockoff. It didn't hold zero, and he was disappointed, and he wasted his money. So that's what you don't want to do. So I wouldn't buy any of these type of red dots, Eotech clones, unless I knew exactly what it was and I'm prepared to kind of deal with the consequences. But I'm going to tell you, if you're buying any of these, like this one here, um, my price from my wholesaler, buying this, I would make sure I'm getting one from a reputable gun store. Although Bass Pro has these on sale, like the Bass Pro always does. So that's what I would do. I'll stay away from these guys. This one here does hold zero, so if you put this one on your pistol, it does work. But just buyer beware. These days, money is too hard to come by. We work too hard for our money, so you don't want to get scammed and buy something and then you're disappointed thinking that you got something that's the real one and you didn't. And like I said, you just be conscious of that because the Holy Warrior does say Holy Warrior. It does have all the markings. And I don't know if it's because the patent has lapsed on this, but this item does routinely get through customs. They don't do anything. They don't make these rebranded. At least with this one, it does not say Eotech. This one does. And the normal way that you can find Eotechs, like how it has that little law enforcement only, this one does not have that. So you wouldn't know. This one's obvious because the real ones don't have all this junk down here. I'm saying that is passed by whoever inspector it was in China that okayed it. So, and as I said, this one before, you wouldn't be able to spot. This one's right. It has almost all of the markings. Everything's is just like the original one. So I don't know. But I'm just letting you guys know that I'm gonna get out of here. That's pretty much all I wanted to tell you, so that you don't get scammed, don't get your money taken, and hopefully you get what you pay for. Anyway, if you like my video, please like my video and maybe subscribe to my channel if you're inclined. But that's it, and I'll see you later.